Hey guys, how's it going? This is Guy2000's channel, aka the Dude in the Cube, and today we're going to do a review on the wrestler Spider-Man figure. Now this guy came out in 2002 for the Spider-Man movie line from 2002. The movie was directed by Sam Raimi and it starred Tobey Maguire. Now this figure was part of the Series 3 line of figures for the first movie, and he just looks really good. He's in his actual, real costume right now, but we'll switch him to wrestler for him soon. Now this guy can't stand very well due to years of being played with, but he stands at about 6 inches tall. He's a very detailed figure. There's a lot of things going on here, such as the original Spider logo, although mine is peeling away, well, the paint is. And he has the awesome logo on the back that I wish they never changed, also fading away at the back. They really captured Tobey Maguire's likeness into this figure. It's very good. I really applaud Toy Biz's effort on this. It looks pretty much exactly like Tobey Maguire. And I wonder, you gotta wonder, okay, see, if somebody made a movie about me and then they had an action figure line, I would buy all the action figures. So you gotta wonder if back in the day, and when this guy came out, you gotta wonder if Tobey Maguire bought this because it was an action figure that looked like him. I would. Well, I mean, I do have it, so I guess I did. Anyways, here's his articulation. He's got bending at the knee. Well, bending at the knees. Boot swivel all the way around, although I don't like to do it because, everybody who's ever played with the toy always knows. The more you mess with him, like the more you swivel him around and mess with his joints, he's just going to get loose. And that's the kind of the drawback with action figures, is they're not always going to be tight. He also has elbow crunching, which is very tight. Listen to that. He has hand swivel, which is pretty loose. Head rotates all the way around. Shoulder, ball hinge shoulder, which rotates all the way around. Same. Oh yeah, an arm swivel. At the bicep. He's got a bicep swivel. Hand motion, hand swiveling here. And he's got the web shooting logo. Not logo. He's got the web shooting wrist sign. I always like that. And you can kind of see... Well, maybe you can't. Maybe it's actually superposable Spider-Man where you can see his web shooters. I think it is. Then he's got torso swiveling all the way around. And he can only go so far out at the legs. He can't really bend up all that much at the legs due to the fact that there's plastic right there stopping him. So that's about all that he can do. Now we're going to transform him into his wrestling suit. So I have all the pieces in this plastic bag right here. I like to keep them in. First thing we're going to get out is the sweatshirt. Scratch that. The first thing we're going to get out is the pants. Come on, get out of there. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to take off his boots. Then, see, as a kid, this was always very difficult, and you had the risk of potentially damaging the rubber in the legs. But you had to put the pants on somehow, so... My way probably isn't the best. I wouldn't recommend doing it my way. But what I do, anyway, is I simply put them on with the boots still on. And... okay, that didn't work. Alright, so I started to do some work off camera because I was afraid that I was just going to keep failing over and over again on camera. So we're getting his legs on. It used to be easier when I was younger because I did this so much. I was always transforming him into wrestler suit Spider-Man. Gradually they'll get on. This is very difficult now. His plastic, the little ball that is his leg at the end, the end of the leg where his boot will pop in, seems to want to get stuck on plastic a lot, so you can't let it. You have to let it go through the pant leg smoothly, otherwise it will tear your Spider-Man. And his pants were always so difficult to put on because of the rubber. If this was, say, I don't know, the same material as a sweatshirt, you know, cotton, or what would that material be? I can't think of the name. I'd say cotton. Alright, his pants are on. He looks like it's from the 90s, you know, back when they wore really baggy pants. Well, 2002 was close to the 90s. From what I remember, we still wore baggy clothes back then. So next thing you want to do is take off his arms. Let's see here. That was a little difficult. Ah! I'm a gimp! No! No! Okay, so we took off those arms. Now we want to put on his human spider sweat short. Short? Did I just say short? I meant shirt, sorry. Okay, so we put a sweatshirt on. Sweatshirt is admittedly easier because it's a shorter piece of material. And then, like, right as I say that, what if his head, like, ripped a hole in it? I'd be so mad. It's not like you can just go on eBay and get replacements of these guys, right? Well, you can if you want to pay out the wallet for it. So we got his sweatshirt on. Now we put on his arm. So I got his left arm here. Pop that into place. Same with the right arm. Pop that into place. And there you go. Last but not least, the mask. So, with the mask, let me angle my camera down. With the mask, what you want to do is you want to go very slowly and carefully to make sure you don't rip it. And you just stretch it over his head. Trying not to rip this mask because it is the only one you own. And I doubt very many of you guys own 2 of these figures, because I sure don't. And we're getting somewhere. We almost got it. Something's not quite right here. I'm very OCD about this. I want to get it as good as I can. There you go. There is his full body. Now, there is Wrestler Spider-Man. Now, since Wrestler Spider-Man and regular Spider-Man are potentially the same figure, I'm not really going to go over the articulation because we already know it. But basically, he's got everything that the last one did, except for different hand signs. They're like claw motions. So I don't know what he's doing there. But now let's go over the detailing. So this is a very, very accurate movie figure. He looks exactly like he did in the movie, pretty much. And I couldn't be happier with the way he looks. Although, if you can notice, his reds don't exactly match up with the reds, like with the red from the plastic doesn't exactly match up with the red on the rubber. And that is because I assume it's, see, I look at it like rubber is a very weird material and it's kind of hard to paint on. So maybe this guy was a challenge to paint and they just couldn't get the reds on the rubber as red as they wanted to. But on camera you can't really notice it, but in real life you kind of can. So he also has the awesome red stripe down the sweatpants. From what I can tell, these were Adidas sweatpants, but you know, I tried to make this costume myself. I have a shirt, I got the mask, I don't have the gloves, I don't have the shoes, and I still don't have the right sweatpants. I cannot find blue Adidas sweatpants with red stripes down them. And maybe they never existed. Maybe they were only tailored for Tobey Maguire to be wrestler Spider-Man for a short time. I imagine that's what it was. And on this side, the red paint on his sweatpants has kind of peeled away over time. Pretty bad, actually. Not so much on this side. Weird how that works. And he's got the spider logo that he stenciled on there in the movie. And he has it on the back, too. And the red is peeling away on my mask. Ugh. The red was actually a darker color than the sweatshirt, if I recall. He's got the gloves from the movie. Although, these were actually more of a grayish material in the movie. Like, a grayish color. But here, they look like they were white, but they yellowed out, if you know what I mean. You know how white will yellow out? Especially old plastic. Like, if you take a look at the original Nintendo, see, it's gray, but over time it will turn yellow, pretty much. Same with 1980s G.I. Joes. Now, I've seen, people do videos where, like, they show how to get rid of the discoloration, because white plastic seems to yellow really fast. It ages. And, like, with the 80s G.I. Joe line, I'd see videos where, a lot of people's collection, the white on their figures and the white on their playsets yellowed out. And so, the point I'm trying to make is, it looks like the same thing happened here, but it was intentional. So, really, that's all I gotta say about this guy. That's really all, he can do. Same articulation, nothing is different at all, except for a more limited range of movement due to the sweatpants. Now for the story of how I got this guy. So, it was probably during the middle of the year of 2012 when I first started watching YouTube a lot, and I seen this guy in some videos and some reviews, and I was like, I want this guy. So, I got on the internet and searched him up, and he was expensive on Amazon. He was in the hundreds, so I was like, there's just no way I'm gonna get him. Well, later that year, before Christmas time, my mom and I had ordered a whole bunch of Spider-Man 1 and 2 original movie figures online, and I got those for Christmas, and I knew I wasn't gonna get Wrestler Spider-Man. And on December 25th of 2012, I opened all my Spider-Mans, and I thought that was it. But I looked in the tree, and wedged in between the branches, this guy, in box, brand new, was sitting in my tree. And I opened him up, and I think the first thing I did with him was probably pose him, then put his wrestler suit on. Because when he came in box, he came with, he came how he was at the start of my video without his mask, and then you transform him into this. And one of the first things I can remember doing with this guy was making a stop motion video with him. And I actually remember the title of the video. It was called Lost Spider-Man Stop Motion. Unfortunately, the video is not on YouTube. I don't know if I can get it on there. In fact, I think if I recall, it was so bad that I think everyone would laugh at me if I put it on YouTube. So I don't think I'm going to put it on YouTube. I might though, if I can find it. If I can find that video, I might put it on YouTube. But anyway, this guy means so much to me. He's my favorite action figure I've ever owned. I really hope I have this guy for life. Like, when I die, I want this guy to be in my pocket. I'm not even joking. Die of old age, of course. So, that was the review of Wrestler Spider-Man from the first 2002 Spider-Man movie, Series 3 line action figure. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really enjoyed making this review because this guy's awesome. I mean, who didn't want this guy back in the day? Who didn't? But I will tell you though, in 2006 or 7, when they had the Spider-Man trilogy line, I bought a ton of those figures. I don't have any of them now because I threw them up into the rafters at my camp, the camp I went to, in their gym, so I don't have those Spider-Mans anymore. Honestly, if I were to find those, that'd be a miracle, because that was over 10 years ago. A little bit over 10 years ago. Anyways, I looked at the back of one of the Spider-Mans I got, when he was still in the box. I looked at his packaging, and there was this guy. Now, I don't know why, but just for some reason, his appearance scared me. The image of this guy scared me so badly that I didn't buy him, and I never enjoyed him at a younger age. And I don't know if that's due to the fact that they had, I'll have to look at the trilogy packaging, because I haven't seen the trilogy packaging in a long time. But from what I remember, it was either the booklet on the other figures you could get, where it says collect them all, or it was on the back of the box where it says collect them all. And this guy was right here, and if I recall right, he was posing probably like this. And no, not like that. He looks like he's a chicken. He was posing somewhat like this, and he scared me. I don't know. I think the box depicted him frowning at the time. And you know how toys say colors and styles may vary? Well, that style varied definitely, because that action figure was definitely frowning, and it scared me, so I never bought him. I avoided that Spider-Man, and I wish I hadn't, because I would have had him earlier in life than later. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. I'm so glad that I was able to make this video, because this guy rules. This is the best Spider-Man action figure I've ever owned, personally. And I'm just so glad that I was able to make this video. I hope this video made your guys' day. If it did, that's great. That makes me feel good, because I want to make videos that will make people either laugh, smile, or just, feel good. And tell me in the comments below, tell me if any of you ever seen or owned this Spider-Man, or wish you had it. And no, I'm not giving him away, so sorry, don't ask. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Leave a comment. Drop a like if you want to. And thanks for watching. I'll have more reviews out soon and other content. This is a news update. The series action figure. I'm going to try to put out new episodes on YouTube every Monday. If I can, I will try, and we'll just see how that works. And if that doesn't work out, then it might be every Friday. So stay tuned for action figure, because the series is getting along. And yeah, more things to come from me in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.